Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 3 of building inventory management app using Flask and SQLite 3. In episode 2, we build full CRUD functionalities for our inventory management app. Today in episode 3, we will enhance it with features like search bar to find item easily, sort option to organize your inventory, input validation to avoid errors like negative quantities and empty fields. These small upgrades will make our app feel polished and user-friendly. If you haven't watched episode 1 and episode 2, I would recommend you to watch those videos before watching episode 3, especially if you are just starting out with Python programming. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Here is a quick recap of what we have built so far. We have created db.py file to handle our database logics. For example, adding item to our database table, deleting an item, getting an item by ID, and updating an item in our inventory table. We have also created app.py file to handle URL request or routes. In this file, we have built logic to handle users' input and send those input to our db.py file. We have also used modules like render_template to render our HTML pages. We have used request module to accept users' request from HTML form. We have also used URL_for to return the home route or the home URL if the items were successfully added or if the items were successfully deleted. In our previous episode, we have also designed our HTML pages to accept users' input, to edit users' input, and to display inventory details which are saved in our inventory table. Let's begin episode 3 by adding a search bar to our inventory management app. The goal here is to let user type a name and see matching items. Let's update our inventory.html page. Here I'm going to create a form just below the add item button. So let's create a form first. The action or the route for this form will be the root route. And we are going to design our form with a bootstrap class nb-3. Let's create an input field of type text. In value, I'm just going to give search query. That's it. We have our input box. Now let me save my file and I will run the program and see the output. There it is. So this is our search input field, which we just designed in our HTML page. Now we are going to add the functionality to search item. Let me cancel this execution. I will close my terminal. All right. So we have designed search input field. Now let's build our logic to handle the searched item. Let's say user is searching for iPhones in our inventory table and press enter. Now we are going to use this search criteria to filter our item. So remember this. Here we have a forward slash and a question mark. After the question mark, we will use this phrase to search our item in our inventory table, right? Let's do this. Now in our home function, we are going to create a variable, let's say search equal to request dot. Here the request module has a special Flask object that contains all the value passed through the URL after the question mark sign, which is this. We are using request.args to access the URL's query parameter. And get function look for a key named search. If it exists, return its value. If not, return an empty string. All right, now let's find the searched item in item list. If search is not empty, what I'm doing here is I'm just looping through all the items in our list and comparing if the searched value or the searched item is in the item list. Okay. If the item exists in our items list, we are just returning the value and assigning it to the items list. Now let's return the searched query. Because we are displaying the searched value in, if you go in our inventory.html, we are displaying the searched value in here. Now let me correct this. This should be just search. Okay, this should work. All right, now let's run the application and see the result. I'm just going to, just run it. Click on this. Let me search for Apple. Press enter. We don't have an inventory named Apple. Now let me search for shirt. We have an item which starts with shirt, right? Which is why this is coming. All right, I hope you guys have understood what we have built so far. Sorting features. This will let users sort by name, quantity, and price. First of all, let's design our HTML page. So in inventory.html, I'm going to create a div, right? And assigning a design class from our bootstrap CSS in mb-3. Inside this, I'm going to create a couple of hyperlinks. So let me build those hyperlinks first. All right, so I have created 3 hyperlinks. The first hyperlink is to sort the output or the inventory table by name. And the second is to sort by quantity. And the third hyperlink is to sort by price. In the href attribute of our hyperlink, I've given the searched query. So this is our search query. Sort is the key and name is the value. Similarly here, sort is the key and quantity is the value. at the end. Here sort is the key and price is the value. All right, now let's write our logic to handle this searched queries in app.py5. I'll just create a variable sort by to store the search query. We are going to use request.args.get, and we are getting the just like the search feature. Now let's write our logic to sort our item by name, quantity, and price. So if sort by equals to name, right? We are going to sort the items. Let's create a Lambda function to get all the keys. So this is our Lambda function, which is going to return the first column or the value of the first column in lowercase, right? And assigned that value to the key. Let me correct this. And finally, our sort function is going to sort all the items by name. If sort by equals to quantity, if sort by equals to quantity, then we are just going to repeat the same Lambda function in here. But this time, the position would be 2 because the quantity is in the second column. We are also going to sort our item based on price. So elif sort by equals to, again, I'm going to repeat the same Lambda function. And here, instead of 1, this will be the third column. Now let's return the sort by query. That's it. Let me explain what I have done here and what is a Lambda function in Python. Imagine your data looks like this. Here you have a list called items, and the items are mouse, laptop, and keyboard, right? And quantities for these items are 10, 5, and 7. And the price is the last column. So the ID will be the 0th column, and name will be the first column, and quantity is the second, and price is the third, right? What is Lambda here? A Lambda is a tiny one-line function without a name, right? So this is your Lambda function. We can also write this function as, def sort by name, an input parameter x, and return, x position dot lower, as if converting the return value into lowercase. So Lambda function is just a shortcut to keep the code shorter. So when we are executing this application, the Python is going to look at each item, pick out the name part, and convert the name in lowercase, sort based on these lowercase names, right? So this is how the sorted result will look like. Now let's add a couple of basic validation in our add.html form. If a user is adding an item to our inventory table without passing the values and input field name, input field number, or the price, then we want to show the error over here in this place, right? So to display the errors, we will be using Jinja 2 template. Let's write the Jinja 2 code to display the errors. So if error is not empty, we are going to display a div class equal to, and here I am going to substitute the error message. Now let's close the if statement. That's it. Here I am using a class, a bootstrap class, to design the errors. So let me import the bootstrap CSS in app.html page. I'm just going to copy my bootstrap link from inventory.html and use it in our add.html page. That's it. Let me save it. All right, so we modified the add.html page. Now let's write our logic to validate the input field in app.py file. Since add.html file, this file is associated with add function in app.py file. So I'm going to write my logic here to check the input fields. Inside this if statement, I'm going to check if name is not empty or converting quantity to int. Quantity is not less than 0 or price is not less than 0. Right. Let's assign an error message to a variable. Error equals to is enter values. That's it. Now, if this if statement is false, then we want to execute else statement. Inside if statement, I'm just going to call our previous code, which is to add items to our inventory table and return to home page or the home function. That's it. Now we just have to return the error message. Let's define this error message because we have not defined this yet. So error will be blank. This should be fine. Let's execute our application and see the output. And also let's fix if there are any bugs. Here is the output. Let me sort the item by name and see the output. All right, so the name sort is working. Let me sort it by price. This is also working. Let me also test the sort by quantity feature. So let's click here. All right, so this is also working, it seems. I'll just try to sort by name one more time. Okay, this is fine. Now let's test the validation we added in our add.html page. So click on add items. Let me click on add. Here it is. So this is the message we want to display. Seems like there is a spelling mistake. Let me correct this. I'll just go to my add.html file and this seems fine. We are returning the message from here. So values. Let me save it. I'm just going to refresh it. Refresh, add, click add. All right, so now this seems okay. All right, we just finished developing and upgrading our inventory app. We added cool features like search, sort, and even added some validation checks. These may seem like small updates, but they really make our app smarter, smoother, and way more user-friendly. If you have any questions or if you get stuck while building this app, Feel free to drop your doubts in the comment. I will be more than happy to help you out. Also, if you have any mini project ideas bubbling in your mind, don't be shy. Share them in the comments too. I would love to hear them. In the next video, we will roll up our sleeves and build a brand new app using Flask and SQLite 3. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun. And hey, if this video helped you even a little bit, smash that like button like you are coding a bug fix at midnight. And also make sure to subscribe to my channel for more beginner-friendly Python projects. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Take care and happy coding.